Our tale begins in the ancient times when horror was a substantial part of folk literature, often featuring supernatural elements such as ghosts, witches, or vampires. These stories, spun around campfires or whispered in hushed tones, aim to induce fear and curiosity, a tradition that continues even today. The literary cultivation of fear took a significant leap in the 18th century pre-Romantic era with the advent of the Gothic novel. Horace Walpole is credited with inventing this genre with his seminal work, The Castle of Otranto, in 1765, thus legitimizing the horror story as a literary form. Just a few decades later, Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley would introduce pseudoscience into the genre with her iconic novel Frankenstein in 1818. This tale of a creator destroyed by his creation became a cornerstone of horror literature. As we moved into the Romantic era, German storyteller E.T.A. Hoffmann and American Edgar Allan Poe elevated the horror story to an art form. They deftly intermingled reason and madness, everyday reality and eerie atmospheres, infusing their tales with a psychological symbolism that gave them a haunting credibility. Throughout the 19th century, the Gothic influence persisted with works like Sheridan Le Fanu's The House by the Churchyard and Green Tea, Wilkie Collins's The Moonstone, and Bram Stoker's Dracula. The 20th century witnessed a revival of this influence, with science fiction and fantasy writers such as Mervyn Peake, in his Gormenghast series, adding a new dimension to the genre. Masters like Ambrose Bierce, Arthur Machen, Algernon Blackwood, H.P. Lovecraft and Stephen King continue to push the boundaries, producing stories that continue to thrill and terrify audiences. Today, horror stories are as diverse as the fears they evoke. They can be psychological, supernatural, or realistic. They can be set in haunted houses or in the human mind. But regardless of their form or setting, they continue to captivate us, reflecting our deepest fears and darkest fantasies. In summary, the evolution of horror stories is a fascinating journey that spans centuries and cultures. From ancient folktales to Gothic novels, from psychological thrillers to modern horror, this genre has continually evolved, reflecting societal fears and anxieties. It has produced masterpieces that have not only entertained but also explored the human condition, making us confront our deepest fears. And as long as there are fears to confront, the horror genre will continue to evolve and captivate us. So the next time you find yourself engrossed in a chilling tale, remember, you're part of a tradition that dates back to the earliest days of storytelling.